Hello everyone. My name is Barendipitous, and welcome to another exciting and interesting episode of Pyre. We've met Sandalwood, Wolfred Sandalwood, and we defeated the triumvirate known as the Chastity. And now we are going to what seems to be a significant landmark. No one wants to talk, apparently. We're just all ready to go, I guess. At dawn, Wolfred is already up. He reveals to you a pathway through the woods into the cold lands to the north, beyond which lies your next destination. Sclorian Shore. Alright, here we are. Sclorian Shore. You get clear of the woods at last, and arrive in lands grown cold in the shadow of Mount Alodio. You have to make it all the way to the top. In a moment of respite, Wolfred calls everyone together to discuss matters pertaining to the rites and to the plan to which he alluded. You banded together with a common faith that freedom from the downside is not impossible, am I correct? But let me ask you something. What does freedom even mean to you? He looks in your direction as he asks, defying you to answer. You cannot sense his own thoughts on the subject, and only know the truth of how you feel. What does freedom mean to you? Make decisions on your own terms. A clear conscience and a carefree heart. Answering no one's will other than your own. Being able to go where your heart yearns without restriction, without fear. Not having one's strongest feelings and emotions repressed or rebuffed. Living life without concern for others' judgment or approval. Another empty goal to chase, to give one's life a false sense of meaning. Freedom means not being forced into responding to such questions. I like some of these. Like inner peace, I think. A clear conscience and a carefree heart. I guess like knowing that you've done the best you could, that you're doing the best you can, and that you are in the right direction. I think that truly feels free, no matter what else. Honestly, a lot of these things could go pretty well. I think I'll go for either living without fear or achieving inner peace. I'll choose this one. You tell Wolfred that freedom is a state of mind. While easier said than done, if you can simply be yourself without concern, then you are free. He considers your response for a short while. If that is so, then the commonwealth that I recall, the commonwealth that sentenced us to rot, that's not a place that fosters freedom such as you describe. Admittedly, I haven't seen the Commonwealth in many, many years. However, judging by your presence here, I doubt it's changed all very much since then. He then turns his attention to the whole group. Now, let me tell you all what freedom means to me. Oh. Okay. I would like to know what would happen if I had chosen that one. Freedom means to live life without fear. To be able to indulge one's curiosities and passions, at least the ones that cause no harm to others, without the constant threat of judgment and reprisal. Freedom means not being made a criminal for what you know, or whom you love, or what you choose to think or not think. He looks outward toward the distant mountains. Within the next few days, your time in exile could come to an end. You could see the Commonwealth once more, and you would be exalted there, given the highest honor, the opposite of how you got here. But you would not be truly free, I think. At least, you would become complicit to an ancient system that would deign to cast down others such as you. It is a system whose well-intentioned founding principles have long been lost, And the 8 scribes, if they are out there still, have made quite clear they shall not intervene firsthand. That is where you come in. He turns to you and everyone again, looking to each of you. Long have I wished to gather such a group, that, together, you might see that seeking freedom only for yourselves is too modest of a goal. You share a higher calling now. The plan, then, is this. We free each other from the downside to the rights. Then we meet up on the other side. We organize. Each new moon at dusk we join together at the Spiral Sanctum. We need as many of us there as possible. My agents on the other side shall explain the rest. Okay. You're plotting a revolt. Just so. I am asking a lot. You do have other options. Deceit, however, is not one of them. The reader and myself, you know by now that we can see through it. But you need not be a part of this, nor is it in my interest to coerce you. You may go your own way if you wish, live out your remaining days here like so many others. So if anyone among you prefers that, if you cannot see yourself continuing to strive together in the Commonwealth, as you are doing here, then speak now. Wolford pauses for a time, examining each member of the group. No one stirs. Very good. Some of you consider yourselves friends, while some others not. But all of you are bound together through the rites, and are integral to our plan. Remember that. You seek true freedom. You will not find it waiting for you in the Commonwealth. But together you can bring it about, both for yourselves and others. That is my promise. Then he lets out a long sigh. That's it. I ask you all to think on this, and let's reconvene along our journey to the summit. Wolford turns toward the mountains, leaving you to consider what he said, and plot the wagon's northward path. Moor Pass. Beyond lies Mount Alodiel. I suggest we make camp here at the base of the mountain, for we shall need our spirits and our strength to make the ascent. The Beyonder Crystal seeks Tizo. Excellent. There you are, my boy. There is something which I wanted to discuss with you in private. Wolford stares at you rather intently, as if reaching out to you, and then... You do know what it means to be a reader. Those such as we are not limited to reading pages from a book. Though your ability in this sense is in a sense still mere flashes, uncontrollable. I see as well now that they haven't told you yet, your friends, and that explains a lot. Explains what? They haven't told you readers such as you cannot go free. Oh. Oh dear. I had wondered why you would insist on pressing onward with this group in light of this. The answer then was plain. You simply did not know, or fully realize. They did not deceive you, by the way. There is no reason they would know themselves, other than Tariq, who shall not influence your thinking in such matters. Rather, I had expected when at first we met, that you already knew the truth of this from having read the passage in the Book of Rites, which states it plain. Only those who shall conduct the rites first-hand shall walk the path toward enlightenment, and become eligible to regain their freedom. Perhaps you have not gotten to that part just yet. Wolford breaks free from you and looks at you again, then he speaks to you as normal. It is plain that you are not in adequate condition to conduct the rites, and this group values you as your reader. I wish only to ensure you understand what you are getting into here. Despite whatever hopes and dreams and promises might have been shared, I do not think the rites can help you to return. if that is what you had in mind. So, once again, I invite you to depart, and I will see to it that you are compensated. Do not misunderstand. If it is your wish to remain, then you are welcome. But this journey we are on, it has no guarantees. Not for you, nor any one of us. Do you understand? I understand. You understand the words of warning, yet, just the same, you choose to carry on. There's more that you wish to achieve on this journey than freedom for yourself. I admire that, my boy. Then, very well. Know that we have much at stake here, in this anyway. Much more than just a shot at going back into that commonwealth which cast us down here to begin with. It sounds like you intend to stick around. Then we'll have lots more time to chat as we ascend the sacred mountain in the coming days. Until then. He strides out of the wagon then, leaving you with your thoughts. A visit from my favorite reader. What is the occasion? Not a problem. Simply indicate who is to be my student for the time. I dare think I remember something of that imp. He certainly stood out from all his ilk, although that really is not saying much. Well, let us bring him forth. He soon appears in heat of the summons. Seems to be prepared for whatever lies ahead. Does he know what's happening? He probably does. The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, imp. You answer to me here. Indicates his understanding and is prepared to begin Sandra's trial. You know the formalities, of course. Show me, then, what you have learned thus far about the rites. Here in this trial it shall be just you, my beyonders, and your lovely reader. Let us see how well you fare. Dang it! Fetch. This is gonna be tricky. Dang it! Okay, this one's gonna be tricky. Tizo has like no aura. It's frustrated having failed the challenge. Come now, imp, this test is not meant to be easy, even for the likes of you. I would tell you not to waste more of my time, but then my time is there for you to waste, so try again, now or whenever you so choose. You truly think that that imp can achieve something? We shall find out, I think. What? You jumped. Fetch. Frick. Okay. Might have to do this later, I don't know. Okay, yeah, I can do this anytime. But still, come on. Okay. I might have to look this up. I guess I'm just not used to using Tizo. Dang it. Okay, I'll have to do this later, I guess. It's not... Like, I'll try, I'll do other things. It's not entirely clear to me how to... Okay. Sure. Let us grow stronger first. Alright. Your vision returns. You did not prevail in Tizo's scribe trial. You could reattempt it now, or after he gains more enlightenment. Okay. Let's discuss the plan. Earlier, Wolfred called for a group meeting, presumably to reveal his plan in more detail. Instead, he reveals some bad news. Wait, what are you saying? What I'm saying, my boy, is that while you can indeed get yourself out of here, it can't be all of you at once. We are on our way back, one by one, or not at all. But, I swore that we'd go free together. We may go free together yet, but it's going to take time, and this is only the first phase. You, Hedwin, and the others exchange glances. Let me make this plainer for you still. Here is how the coming days are going to unfold. First, we're going to ascend Mount Elodiel, there to the north. You may not think this wagon's fit for it, though rest assured it's made the journey many times. Next we'll pass through Scribe's Gate. Only the worthy pass through there, as your reader could attest, if he did not merely skim that chapter of the book. Afterwards, we'll reach the Fall of Soliam and meet our adversaries in the Rites. They are to be the Tempers, led by the demon Ignarius. You'll know them when you see him. Both you and they shall choose someone from your respective ranks. Then, once one of the triumvirates prevails, your somebody will be wished home to the Commonwealth. Wished home to the Commonwealth. Precisely. Once returned, your somebody is taken in, and clothed, and fully pardoned. The Commonwealth knows about all this? The same Commonwealth that says a sentence unto exiles forever, and freedom from the downside is impossible? Many of these details the scribes themselves wish to keep up secret. Former exiles and the leaders of the Commonwealth alike have good incentive to protect those secrets as well. So, then that's it? We climb the mountain, someone goes back and everyone else stays. For most of those participating in the rites, yes, that's it. But I like your connotation, and indeed for us, that isn't it at all. If one of us returns, it shall be just a step along our path. However, let's let that sit for now. Gather your strength. We'll talk again on our way up. Wolfred leaves the rest of you to consider what he said. You have time now for your vocations. At dawn, you shall begin your ascent of Mount Elodiel. Let's forage for resources. Snowdrifts. Huh. I'm responding to a message here. Here we go. Mount Elodiel. Here before you lies Mount Elodiel, stretching far beyond your line of sight. Somewhere upon this mountain lies the only place from which you can escape the downside. Your companions gather around again before Wolfred, who stands tall as ever. Whether from the cold air or the subject now at hand, you sense a tension in the air. Now then, you all have many questions, no? I've done a lot of talking, so go on. Ask away. There's only silence. But there is only silence. One question stands out in your mind, which you refrain from asking yet. If only one of you is to go free at first, who shall it be? Go on now, don't be shy. Who first? Questions. Why us? Why you indeed, madam. That I can explain. You've seen the sort you stand against as adversaries in the Rites. What is it they want, do you suppose? They want their freedom back, of course. They'll settle for it on the Commonwealth's own terms. They'll gain their freedom, and some cushy new responsibilities. Perhaps then they'll have a hand in sending still more exiles here to join us. Think on it. The Commonwealth rose from the ashes of a fallen empire thanks to the efforts of the first exiles who escaped this place via the Rites. It is the Commonwealth's first and proudest tradition to honor those who live to redeem their transgressions. They have a certain wisdom, do they not? But as for you, I've been looking for a certain set of dispositions for. What I needed was for somebody appropriate to show. So, of this land, which is in myself. Someone with a certain faith in creation. That someone proved to be Hedwin over there. He was tasked with seeking two trustworthy allies, an old buried wagon, and a reader. He was invited to bring others for a ride, all different sorts, gather enough help, and he and his friends could be free. Long story, but you know much of the rest. So then why you? Because I've reason to believe you're not the sort to play right back into the Commonwealth's own old hand. The Rites, as you have seen, are quite exclusive. You are impostors in this little party. You could be the ones to break it up. Now then, more questions. Your head is beginning to spin. You can excuse yourself or keep listening. No, I'd like to listen. Wolfred's explanations are a lot to take in, though you feel compelled to absorb as much of what he is willing to tell you at this point. He prompts for further questions when Dodario raises her voice again. Hold. You mistook my meaning. I understand your plan. I still wish to know why us. Why are we, among all others, chosen for this liberation rite? Ah, I see. Well, but that is very simple, really, madam. You are chosen. You are qualified, I should say, because, as the expression goes, 'tis what the scribes ordain. though in this case, the expression is quite literally true. When the Eight created the Rites, each one of them appointed certain other exiles to participate in their behalf. Exiles who showed some promise of redemption. The triumvirates they formed have stood the test of time, replenishing their numbers as their individuals moved on or passed on. You've met them as they are today, the accusers, the withdrawn, and so on. The Eight Scribes also formed a special group, against which all the others should be judged. That group they called the Nightwings. Oh, the scribes themselves made this group. You bear their books, wear their masks and raiments, but you need but show up to the rites, you see. The others erstwhile jockey for position for a chance to take you on. Oh, wow. Ah, that's really cool. Like we're the stand-ins for the scribes, essentially. Yeah, well, what if we don't? What if we don't show up? Then you would deny yourselves a chance at freedom. And deny it, also, to your adversaries. Victory means nothing in a common right, then? Participation is all that matters? Not so, madam. Only the enlightened may regain their freedom. While failure can be an excellent teacher, the scribes do favor the victor. That's right, because I heard that even if you lose any of the matches beforehand, you still gain some experience, not as much, but you get to move on. It's not the end of the world. So you'll see, those who do not conduct the rites, or do not prevail in them sufficiently, they may find themselves barred from the liberation rites. But these are technicalities. The Nightwings disbanded years ago. Since then, no one has gone free. Yet still the other triumvirates pressed on, with fleeting hope that one day you'd be back. It's been a heavy price to pay in all of this. Now, if you'll excuse me, we'll talk again some other time. Some murmur to themselves about all this as Volfred takes his leave. Others reconnoiter pathways leading up the mountain. Reconnoiter pathways to leading up the mountain and present you with some options. Reconnaissance, reconnoiter. Okay. Yeah, I need some drink of water soon. Okay, so these rites, basically, like all these other rites, happen, I guess, as training for the rite at the top of this mountain, because whoever wins at the top of this mountain, one of the victorious triumvirate can go free. But apparently that can't happen unless the Nightwings, the scribes' chosen triumvirate, is there. Huh, that's interesting. Emperor's Ascent, Emperor's Fall. I'll go here. You joined Pamitha on her brief expedition to find anything of value dropped by those who tried to scale the mountain but did not succeed. Wait, I shall be joining you. What? Now I get 2 chaperones? But sure, I'm game. Whatever you wingless are into. Be silent, little bird, and fetch those trinkets and be done. My, so full of bitterness. You really ought to make the most of these last precious moments that we share. And you ought not to mince your words. Oh, please. We all know you're going to be the first one out of here, so why not quit your constant frowning for a change? I, the first one out of here? Of course. It's plain that others pity you. You've been here longer than the rest of us by far. Besides, maybe that Volfred, though he seems plenty happy to me, making his speeches. How dare you? How dare you presume? Nothing is decided as of yet. Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Though if by some coincidence you do end up selected for the honor, I just want you to know something. I truly, from the bottom of my heart, do hope we shall prevail on your behalf. Because that way you shall be free, of me at least, And I, in turn, shan't have to suffer any longer your hideous attitude toward me and everything. At that, you intervene. Jodario's eyes burn with fury, but then she calms herself. I shall see you at the wagon, reader. Pamitha scoffs as Jodario storms off. I swear that one. Well, moving on. There's something sparkling down there. Be right back. She swoops out of sight, leaving you alone there on the mountain. Pamitha soon returns with something that lay long forgotten in the rocks below. Titan Tooth. Titan Tooth. After blocking airborne adversaries, the bearer briefly stuns them and knocks them back. Temple High Road, Temple Cistern. Let's humor Hedwyn, shall we? Although voicing Sir Gilman is always something I love to do, but I'll humor Hedwyn this time. You and Hedwyn look in silence for some time as he conducts a customary survey of the area. Well, my friend, no sign of howlers, as Jody would say. No sign of anything at all. You sense something is troubling him. Oh, that. It's just... I've been giving lots of thought to everything that Wolfert's told us. In another couple of days, one of us may be gone all of a sudden. Or, I don't mean to put it that way. One of us could go free. We earn our way back one by one, as he said. I want you to know something. The others and I, we talked it over, and when the time comes, we want you to decide. Decide who gets to go, if anyone. This might all be part of Wolfert's plan, but we got here thanks to you, and even though I'm worrying right now about us splitting up, I guess if Wolfert has his way, all of us will meet up on the other side. And won't that be a day? Worst case, we keep failing the rites and be stuck down here together, just like this. The two of you walk on in silence for a time. Then at last you return to the wagon. Hedwyn turns to you again. Thanks for the company. I think I'm better now. Hedwyn feels more prepared for the next rite. Hope likewise for the best. Nice! You and your companions gather at Scribe's Gate, where the single narrow trail to the summit narrows even more and falls under an archway carved of stone. Come along now, everyone, and be prepared to speak your mind when you are called. Frankly, most of you still lack enlightenment, but we may pass together, much how we acted with a single heart and mind during the rites. Well then, lead onward, Tariq. Please, follow me. Removing his hat, the lone minstrel approaches the gate. You and all the others follow. When the last of your companions nears the arch, you notice someone standing high above, who then appears before you. Another person with a lute. So I'm aware that there's a main male and female musician, real-life musicians, for this game. I wonder if these two characters are meant to represent those two people. She eyes the lone minstrel first. Is that you, Tariq? It is. Greetings, Celeste. And how is your rest? Too long, Celeste. It seems your work has piled up in the meantime. You bring this many to the gate? Aye. Then let us make this quick. She gestures toward the rest of you. Now each of you in turn state who you are and what you seek whilst crossing Scribe's Gate. Do as she says, please, without questioning. Your fellow exiles exchange glances, but quickly comply. I'll start. They call me Hedwyn the Deserter. I've come here seeking freedom for myself and my companions. In my case, so I can return to be with the one whom I love. The woman bids him forward. The lone minstrel prompts Ruki to speak up next. Hey, I am regarded by the name of Ruki Greentail. I just want to get out of here, I guess. With my chums, preferably. Go see Mama back home. I am Captain Jodariel. I do not truly know as yet what I am seeking here. Oh, my name is Faye, and I'm here, I think, because the scribes have called to me. It must be them, because if not, then who? Seeks to live up to the Nightwing's legacy and maybe see the Commonwealth someday. Sir Gilman of the Sea Dominion at your service. And this knight is on a quest to find his honor. He lost it at a certain point. Pamatha Thane, I am only here because my sister's here. Then as Wolfred steps forward, the one called Celeste raises her voice. You. I recognize you from the Nightwings of the past. You are not clad in the raiments any longer. I would know why. I had my chance already. The Nightwings that now stand before you, I travel with them as a pilgrim now. I see. Then state why you are here, as have the others. My name is Wolfred Sandalwood. I seek liberty for each of us, so that one day we all might stand shoulder to shoulder on the other side, and bring our freedom to the people there. She waves him by. Then she turns to you, but there is no one left to go. Okay, so I can choose. I've always had a bit of a thing for like being a scholar or something. Let's choose that one. You have always sought to understand the world around you. That knowledge proved dangerous in the Commonwealth, but now it has brought you to this point. The one called Celeste continues to examine you, expecting you to add to your response. What do I truly seek? I want to help my friends, really. The companions you have met here who have helped you to survive and to find kinship in the downside. Your priority is to ensure that they have achieved their goals. It's kind of like the whole point of this game, isn't it? That is all you wish for now. The woman regards you for a time, then nods once, and waves all of you by. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome here. Go forth with glory. And, Tariq? Aye, Celeste. Be on your way as well. The lone minstrel bows his head and puts his hat back. He does not look back at her. What kind of history do they have, I wonder? From the top of Mount Elodiel, you can see the distant downside before you. Like, oh yeah, the whole thing behind us here. You think on the many thousand leagues you crossed to reach this point as the sky grows dim. Like, I'm only on chapter 1. How am I supposed to open the other chapters? The mercy shown, in the words of Golgotha and the Master General. The imp Ha'ub and I, we helped to save my emperor. And when the danger did subside, my emperor Solium Mur, he said something to me, which shook me to the essence of my being. He said, "You gave your freedom, Master Golthanian, so that I may yet have mine. You too are now in exile of the downside, and all the days which I have left, I never could repay the mercy you have shown me. So if I cannot do so in this life, then I shall do it in the next." We crossed the land together, and together with the imp, we gained the companies of those who saw in him what I did. Jodario appears to be prepared for whatever is to come this night, though it is not yet dark. She is already in her raiments. Hedwyn soon joins her, also looking ready. Any signs of Ruki? None as yet. Complained about a chafing at the collar of his mask. Our freedom might be hinging on that collar, then. I am certain that it is. They share a laugh together. That's nice. The three of you exchange glances, but nothing is said, or needs to be said. Soon, if Volfred is to be believed, one of your companions may regain his or her freedom. Hey, what'd I miss? Am I late? Is it starting? Is it starting yet? Easy, Rookie. We got a little time. It isn't starting yet. How fare your struggles with your mask, Greentail? Feeling a lot better, thanks. Just had to smash it repeatedly against a wall for a little bit. Put some of the old nerves to bed there for good measure. Though, this is really happening, huh? One of us might be getting out of here, like, soon. By dawn, in fact, if all goes well. If all goes well. That's one way to look at it, I guess. What are you getting at, Greentail? Well, it's just... we might be breaking up the band here, people. If one of us gets out... that's been bugging me a while now. I thought we all were getting out of here at once. He shoots a look at you. Some of us... we might not be getting out of here at all. Hedwyn slams his fist against the wall. No, not if I can help it. We made a promise to each other, each of us, the four of us. We're all getting out of here. I care about the others too, I do. But we've been here from the start. I want you to know, my promise is to you, and I believe you'll do the same for me. So it's like this. If any one of us gets out, it's great. If any one of us gets out, great. But it's just a start. We're going to do whatever it takes there, on the other side, to make it so the rest of us can get back too. Why, you think you're going to build a bridge down here if we ask nice or something? I don't know what it's going to take. I just know we have to try. Jodario turns to you. Reader, we shall find a way. She nods to reassure you, and to reassure herself. Ruki nods his head in turn, and Hedwyn's gaze never once falters. Well, my friends, I think it's just about time. Let's go. One by one, they turn towards the door. The fall of Solium awaits, a vital step in your quest for freedom, yet you feel in your heart that it shall only be the first. Your three companions each gained +1 hope for the liberation rite. Steel yourself, in turn. Yeah. I mean, I would... if I have to let one of them go, I'd rather it be one of those three, but I'm not sure which of the three yet. Psst, hey guys, just so you're aware and all, I know how come you're here. How come you made it all the way up here? Oh, I know, alright. You're here because I got the lowest prices and all the downside, am I right? And some of the new stuff I got in stock. You're going to get a lot of value there, an awful lot. Wow. Oh, unlearn any masteries and choose again. Usable once, okay. Nothing for now. Well, see you around, guys. My voice. I need some water or something. And normally I would complete an episode after a rite, but a lot has happened. A lot to think about as well. A lot of new revelations. I think this is a good place to end the episode. Thank you very much for watching. All the best.